Hello everyone, I'm Mike D'Angelo with That's Entertainment. By now, I've pretty much wrapped up every one of the bigger developers that were at E3 2010. There were still a couple of other developers that just didn't have enough to show off to dedicate their own video to them. These gaming companies and publishers had just as much right, though, to have their games presented at E3. Starting off, Disney had a couple games to display. They had Tron Evolution, which is kind of a tie-in with the movie Tron Legacy that's coming out later this year. Evolution is a third-person action title. It kind of mixes RPG elements and racing elements in with that to fit in with the Tron universe. The game's combat and platforming is a mix of parkour and martial arts. There wasn't a lot of information that you could get from the trailer of this video, and finding a gameplay clip of the game was even harder. It does look kind of generic at first glance. Disney also showcased Pirates of the Caribbean, Armada of the Damned. It looks like it takes the Pirates of the Caribbean moniker to new lengths as far as the games go. Prior games that have used the Pirates of the Caribbean license haven't really done so wholeheartedly. It seems like this game kind of relies a little bit more heavily on the supernatural. From what's been told about the game, it's a little bit more Fable-like. The actions that you take in the game affect how people perceive you. It affects the plot later on in the story. Armada of the Damned looks like it preserves the humor of the movie trilogy, but it is opening a new chapter in the Pirates of the Caribbean universe with a brand new character. If you saw Microsoft's conference, you saw the white nerdy kid gyrating across the stage playing a game called Dance Central, a game published by MTV and partnered with Harmonix. The problem is, you're not really dancing. It's about as much as a dancing game as DDR. In all honesty, it really is a little bit of a step up above DDR because it's tracking movement besides just your feet. But you really can't call it a dance game when all it does is embellish the same movement over and over and over again. No matter how many times you step to the side and clap, you're not going to be in Step Up 4. Another game that MTV is partnering with Harmonix on is Rock Band 3. I feel like the Rock Band franchise really knows what to do to keep consumers interested and up to speed with the music genre. They're willing to go all out on this franchise. At E3 2010, they were showing off some of the new peripherals. They showed the Pro Guitar, which is a fully functional guitar. You can take it right out of the game once you're done using it, walk into the other room and plug it into an amplifier and just start jamming out. They also showed the keyboard peripheral, which it was a little bit more narrow than I was expecting. I kind of thought that it was going to be a full-sized keyboard, which it's going to work either way, and it's probably better for first-time keyboardists. I was just expecting bigger. That's what she said. Some of the songs that are featured in Rock Band 3, Bohemian Rhapsody, Crazy Train, and Power of Love. Tecmo Koei showed off a game called Quantum Theory. At first glance, it really bears a striking resemblance to Gears of War, and the reason that it does this is you're running around shooting things, hiding behind cover, but things change right around there. And the reason they do that is because your main character is basically crawling up into a tower that is organic. The tower is alive, and it's constantly moving around your cover mechanics. The environment of the game kind of has a sci-fi demonic feel to it. If you have to visualize it, think of the Zerg creep in StarCraft. Tecmo Koei also showed Warriors Legends of Troy. Just because it has the Warriors title, it's really as far from Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors as you can get. Depending on your taste from the Warriors franchise, it can be either a step back or a step forward. The game definitely feels a little clunkier thanks to some new mechanics. Your enemies wield shields, so you have to really take your time and beat the crap out of them before you see any damage really being done. They tried to build the game from the ground up, and that means visually as well. The game is a little bit more cinematic, but a lot bloodier and a lot more brutal. The developer said that they're pulling history from the Iliad, but they also have to create a little bit of their own because the Iliad only spans so much time. Finally, Valve showed Portal 2, which is now going to be on the PlayStation, as they announced during Sony's conference. Judging from trailers of the game, it ramps up everything that you know about Portal. There's lots of cool new mechanics. It looks like it requires a clever mind. You have to be quick thinking and quick on your feet. Ladies and gentlemen, that is about it for E3 2010. Of course, there were more games on display. It was hard to get footage for every game, considering how many titles were there. If there was a game that you thought was going to be represented there that I didn't go over, it could just be that there was a very limited amount of information that was shown for it. It could also be because I might hate you. I'm just kidding, it's probably the first one. Or is it? But that's pretty much it for me. I'm going to do one more video after this, just kind of giving my final thoughts on E3 2010. You'll probably see that one tomorrow. I hope you all enjoyed my coverage of E3 2010, and I will get back to you next time. Peace.